Hey, they say it ain't over till it's over, and let me tell you, this one definitely ain't over.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Denver Broncos and the Chicago Bears. Now, the rookie fourth rounder out of LSU, Cade York, has this one teed up, and off we go from Soldier Field. From the 6, and able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. One back. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Wait a second. They declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how anytime you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tim Patrick there to make the grab. And the Broncos are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Well, there's Tunyon. What a catch. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a 1st down as well.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He'll buy some time right. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. And it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 47 line, 47 line. Mike.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Completion here to Claypool. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And that won't buy them much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Wilson down around his goal line. Rolling to his right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. But such a costly interception. Nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he's got it. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Fields on the sneak. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Gus Edwards taking it in from a yard out. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Santos with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
7-7, our score after 1. Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
No gain on the screen there at second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And he will slide down with a good gain. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 19. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Touchdown! Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos have moved out in front.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And this will be a Bears first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Fields. The throw for Claypool is intercepted. Picked off by Caden Stearns. And the Bears are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On the counter, here's Williams. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Williams. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Now it's Wilson. We hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
47's the mark, boy, 47. Check, 47.
Now it's Fields. He's going to take another shot here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Taken at about the 36. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
On second down, here's Wilson. He's going to try and go deep again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On first down, Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends. So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down. There's Wilson to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again here, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Levante David. And the Bears force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Open man, he completes it to Judy. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. Fourth down.
Timing is so important on a route like this, because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
This is taken at the 18. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Fields now to throw. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 35. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Deontay Foreman, 27 yards. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, but now it's 3rd down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And taken right on the 30. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Off play action, Fields. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 34. On play action, Fields. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Here's a give up the middle. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Fields. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter.
Oh, those are the ones that eat at you as a kicker. Tie game, 3rd quarter. This is one you know you should make. Instead, you miss it, and it's jubilation on the other sideline.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, screen play set up for Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Fields. Flush to his right. This is caught.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And they'll run again.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with his 1st career touchdown in his 1st career game.
And the Bears have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here.
1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the 1st. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need him to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the 1st down with his legs instead.
This one swung out to Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They go back to the ground with Williams. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Wilson. Throw left side, complete to Troutman. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Throwing is Wilson. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
Running it with a fullback, Burton. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. He's at the 50, the 30, 10. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a bit.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Eddie Jackson picks it. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 85 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now a handoff looking right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So with that, you figure now this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I,
though? The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now, Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one's going to fall incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. One last shot for Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And that's caught for the additional 2 points. It'll only matter to the final score line, and that is the final act of this game. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful two-point conversion.
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
So for Chicago, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.